Hey you guys, so I wanted to give you a couple of really quick tips to help you with your grocery shopping this weekend. I'm sure that if this is your first time doing a clean eating list or making meal plans or whatever, it may be super overwhelming for you. And I want you to know that it's going to be a lot of information at one time, but I want you to look at it and see what's going to work best for you and your family. Now, something that I have on my meal plan, you may not like. So you are more than welcome to substitute whatever meat or whatever vegetables or whatever carbs or whatever it is from the list. Now, if you go to the file section, you're going to see 21-day fix approved shopping list. The reason I gave that to you guys is because that's the meal plan that I follow. Number one, because it's so easy. But number two, it literally writes out what vegetables, meats, carbs, all seeds that you can have. So look at that list, use that list. If there's something that you want to sub out, no problem at all. Now, one thing that I want to put in your brain is that portion control is so important. So it's one thing to eat very clean and healthy. It's another thing to eat clean and healthy and then have like 2 and 3 servings at one time. So for instance, I used to eat rotisserie chicken like I could eat the whole thing by myself. Now, that's not good. Even though it's chicken and you're thinking, okay, well, that's great. Portion control is huge. So I also, in the file section, put the 21-day fixed, basically like a cheat sheet. And so it shows you what size servings you should have. So vegetables is 1 cup. Fruit is 1 cup. Carbs is half a cup. So you look at that cheat sheet and say, okay, well, if I'm going to be having broccoli, then I can portion out 1 cup of broccoli, and I know that's how much I can eat. So stick to those portion sizes. That's really important. So let me go through my list. First of all, first tip I have for you is that make sure that you make a meal plan. Now, if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. So I want you to sit down, and it may take you 20 to 30 minutes, but I want you to write out exactly what it is that you're going to have for breakfast. What are you going to have for lunch? What are you going to have for dinner? What snacks are you going to have? You're going to be eating, we recommend 6 times a day. Remember, we're not depriving ourselves of food. We're eating good, wholesome, right food. You want to look at your week and think, okay, well, Thursday night the kids have ball games, so we're going to have to come home and it's going to have to be something that's quick and easy, so what can we already have made? That way you're not just grabbing anything. Remember, this is 5 days, so I want you to be on point with your meal plan. Number 2, I want you to make sure that you make a grocery list. So while you're sitting there making your meal plan, make a list and figure out what it is that you are going to need to get. Now, I've made the mistake of going to the grocery store and just thinking in my head what I should get, and I end up getting way too much food that I don't end up using. So what I would do is I have the app, it's called Wunderlist, Wunderlist, and it's actually a list that you can make of your groceries, and you can click the box and check them off as you get them. But the cool thing is it syncs to your husband's phone or your friend's phone. So when you're making a list and your husband's like, okay, I'm going to go to the grocery store on the way home, what do you need? You can make a list in that app and it goes automatically to his phone. So he can just open it up and look at it, and he can mark it off and you can see that he's gotten it all. It's really cool. But hopefully that will help you guys stay on track with what it is that you need, and for both you and your spouse or you and whoever to be on the same page as far as what you guys need at the grocery store. Number 3, don't go to the grocery store hungry. So I've made this mistake many times. One thing that I do is that when I get there, if I'm starving and if I know I'm like really hungry, I will grab a snack, a healthy snack there, and eat it on the way home. So for instance, I love those snap peas, frozen snap peas, and they're crunchy. I love them. They're super good to eat and very nutritious. Sometimes at Target, I'll grab carrots and hummus. They usually have like healthy snacks, or like I'll grab fruit or something like that on the way home. So make sure when you're going to the grocery store, you're not starving. And that way you can leave there and know that, okay, I didn't make a mistake by grabbing, a pack of Oreos or whatever. Okay, my 4th tip is that you want to stay on the perimeter of the grocery store. So you guys know I talked to you about this in the opening video. It is so important that you're eating wholesome foods, and you want to have foods that are 5 ingredients or less. Most of that you're going to find on the outside of the grocery store. So do all your shopping on the outside, and there's rarely anything that you're going to need on the inside. But if the ingredients are 5 or less, that's always a good sign. Make sure that you can pronounce them all, and make sure that the first 3 ingredients do not contain sugar. That's really, really important. So that's tip number 4. Now, tip number 5 is to be flexible with your meal plan. So say, for instance, you're planning on making fish tacos when you come home from work and you don't have any fish. That's okay. Use chicken. Or it's okay if you don't have green peppers. You can use yellow peppers. You can use broccoli, or you can use, spinach or anything different. You literally can just pile a bunch of this food together and it usually tastes so, so good. I love to have lemon and lime juice on hand because it makes any meal taste good. So be flexible with that. Don't get, okay, well, we can't eat clean tonight because I don't have this one ingredient. No, it's okay. Substitute it for something different. It's going to be just fine. The last thing that I have for you guys is to have tunnel vision. You guys signed up for this group because you either needed some accountability, you needed some help, you needed to just find that balance. So I want to remind you guys of why you started, and I want you to have tunnel vision. You guys can do anything for a week. You can do anything for a week. You guys, I know that you have it in you. If you have questions, I don't want you to be afraid to ask me. No question is silly, especially if you're brand new at this. So make sure that you utilize this group and you get everything that you can. Don't say, okay, well, I'll use this information in a couple of weeks. No, let's start now. That way we can all do this together and you guys can be successful and have an awesome, awesome 5 days. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow.